Namo Buddhaya. Have you ever noticed how a single word can either lift someone up or tear them down? Words have immense power. They shape relationships, build trust, and influence how we are perceived by others. But here's the catch. Many of us use our words carelessly, not realizing the profound effect they can have on those around us. Imagine how different your life would be if every word you spoke had a purpose, a deeper meaning. Today, we're diving into a Buddhist practice that teaches us exactly how to use our words wisely. In this video, we will uncover 5 essential principles from Buddhism that can transform the way you communicate, bringing positivity, compassion, and wisdom into your everyday speech. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Main content. Rewritten for fair use, 60% personal input. In Buddhism, one of the key teachings focuses on right speech, samavaka, an element of the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha emphasized that words can either uplift or harm, depending on how we use them. To use speech effectively, Buddhism teaches 5 core principles, or questions, that you should ask yourself before speaking. These principles not only help in communicating wisely, but also in nurturing relationships and fostering personal growth. Let's explore each one in detail and see how applying them can transform our everyday conversations. 1. Am I speaking at the right time? Timing is everything, especially when it comes to communication. Think about it. How many times have you tried to give advice only to have it ignored or misinterpreted because the person wasn't ready to hear it? Even when we have the best intentions, speaking at the wrong moment can cause more harm than good. In Buddhism, it's crucial to recognize the appropriate time to share your thoughts. This doesn't mean withholding truth indefinitely, but rather waiting until the recipient is in a frame of mind to understand and appreciate what you're saying. For example, if someone is upset or angry, no matter how true your words are, they might not be in the right mindset to hear you out. The Buddha taught that it is wiser to wait until their emotions have settled, making them more receptive. I remember a time when I tried to offer constructive feedback to a friend right after they had a bad day. Instead of helping, my words only added to their frustration. From that moment, I learned that sometimes the best thing we can do is hold our tongue until the other person is in a better place mentally. Timing, in conversation, is just as important as the content. 2. Am I speaking truthfully? Truthfulness is non-negotiable. We all know that honesty builds trust, but even the truth needs to be delivered with care. Buddhism doesn't just emphasize being honest, but also knowing when and how to deliver the truth. Sometimes, telling the truth too bluntly or at the wrong moment can cause unnecessary harm. This teaching isn't about sugarcoating or lying to avoid confrontation. Instead, it's about understanding that even the truth should be wielded with wisdom and patience. The Buddha himself is said to have delayed speaking certain truths until the right moment arose, so as not to cause harm or confusion. We've all been in situations where being brutally honest may seem like the right thing to do. However, what I've learned is that truth without empathy can often be more damaging than silence. Consider your relationships, friends, family, or colleagues. Truth builds trust, but how you deliver that truth matters just as much. 3. Am I speaking gently? You might be telling the truth and you might be choosing the right time, but your tone is equally critical. The way we say something can either open up a conversation or shut it down entirely. Buddhist teachings encourage speaking gently, avoiding harsh or demeaning language. Even when pointing out someone's mistake, harsh words can often trigger defensiveness, rather than a willingness to change. Words have the power to hurt or heal. If your goal is to help someone improve, a kind tone can go much further than harsh criticism. Speaking gently shows that you respect the other person's feelings, and this respect often leads to a deeper connection. I once worked with someone who always communicated with kindness, even when giving constructive feedback. Their gentle approach made me more willing to listen and improve. On the flip side, I've also experienced the sting of criticism delivered with sharp words. It only made me defensive. The key is to strike a balance between honesty and kindness, so that the message is heard, not resisted. 4. Is what I'm saying beneficial? Before speaking, ask yourself, will this benefit the other person? In Buddhism, communication should always aim to improve the lives of others. This doesn't mean only offering compliments or flattery. Even when pointing out a mistake, the underlying intention should be to help the person grow. Communication should uplift, inspire, and lead to positive outcomes. Whether we are giving advice, sharing knowledge, or pointing out flaws, the Buddha taught that our words should always be aimed at benefiting others. Imagine how much more meaningful conversations could be if every word we spoke was rooted in the intention to help others. I've seen firsthand how speaking with the intention to benefit others can transform relationships. For example, instead of criticizing a friend's behavior during an argument, try framing your words in a way that offers a solution. People are more receptive when they feel that you're genuinely invested in their well-being. 5. Am I speaking with love and compassion? Finally, it's essential to ensure that your words come from a place of love and compassion. Sometimes, even well-meaning words can carry an undercurrent of frustration or anger, which taints their impact. The Buddha advised that all speech should come from a place of goodwill. This not only prevents harmful misunderstandings, but also fosters a sense of peace in our relationships. Speaking with compassion doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone or avoid tough conversations. It simply means that even when disagreements arise, your words should aim to heal, not hurt. Think of the last time someone spoke to you with true compassion. It probably left a lasting impact, didn't it? That's the power of compassionate communication. Specific examples. Throughout Buddhist teachings, we find numerous examples of how the Buddha used gentle, compassionate speech to transform others. One such example is the story of Angulimala, a feared murderer. Instead of confronting him with anger or harsh words, the Buddha spoke to him with calmness and kindness, which eventually led to Angulimala's transformation into a monk. Another story is that of Kisa Gotami, a grieving mother who approached the Buddha after losing her child. Instead of bluntly telling her that death is a natural part of life, the Buddha gently guided her to realize this truth on her own, by asking her to find a mustard seed from a house that hadn't been touched by death. This compassionate approach helped her come to terms with her loss. The key lesson from Buddhism's teaching on right speech is simple yet profound. Words have power. They can harm or heal, build trust or destroy it. By asking yourself 5 critical questions. Am I speaking at the right time? Am I speaking truthfully? Am I speaking gently? Is what I'm saying beneficial? Am I speaking with love and compassion? You can transform your communication into a tool for positive change. The next time you're about to speak, take a moment to reflect. By choosing your words wisely, you not only uplift others, but also cultivate peace and wisdom in your own life. After all, in the grand scheme of things, the impact of our words can be far-reaching. shaping our relationships and leaving a lasting legacy.